What's going on, peeps? It's your boy Perfection back again with another video. This one is sponsored by Good Vibes Fashion.co.uk. Do check them out. Excellent t-shirts that represent that were very good memes and very good what's the word? What word would I use to describe it? Yeah, just check it out, guys. It's t-shirts with a lot of good sayings on it, feel good sayings. That you can walk around with feeling good about yourself. So it's the site that's strictly about t-shirts with good vibes. I can't say it any more than that. Please visit the site over here and check it out yourself. Okay, right, so getting into this video, guys. This video is for the eccentrics. That's what this video is about. Okay, not just for adult eccentrics, but also for those that are young, that may be in school, and maybe they're kind of struggling to be something that they're not. Maybe they're struggling, maybe they're not cool, maybe they're square, as they say, and they're kind of struggling to fit in and asking themselves, am I, maybe they're looking at it as a negative thing, which most people will, let's face it. If we walk into an environment where we're outnumbered and a lot of people are a specific way, and you're kind of not following that trend, you are a lot of the times seen as the outsider, seen as the nerd, seen as the boring person. Sometimes you can be seen as the party, what do they call it, the party spoiler, for not being not taking on the trends of the norm and all that kind of stuff. So this video really is to go out to those kind of people, how to empower them. I don't know why I thought of this video. Something I watched on TV has triggered this video off. But I do recall going to a country. I won't say which country it was, because the funny thing is, this is the most funny thing, guys, is that as bad as the UK and America is in regards to freedom of expression, I mean like ultra freedom of expression, I was watching, there's two adverts I was watching, and some people would say, look, you're drifting off from the subject, but hey, that's what I do. In fact, this is why it's so beautiful. This is me being me. Sometimes I do describe things, sometimes I do drift off, but there's a purpose to it. But unfortunately, this is a part of me. For me to not drift off and give you different angles, like when I explain something, I'll give you angle A, I'll give you angle B, I'll give you angle C coming in from there, then obviously angle D, E, F. So you're getting you're getting hit by different angles with a particular story or particular theme, so that when I later on come back to the argument, I don't say to myself, oh damn, I missed out on this, or I missed out on that, oh I should have said this. I don't. I know I've covered it from all angles. Right, so to cut a long story short, freedom of expression, I was scanning through YouTube booty videos. I know that sounds funny, guys, but I was. And there's some guy on there that's copied Kim Kardashian. He's literally on there, and I think it says I've paid 100,000 something pounds to have Kim Kardashian's bottom. So a guy on there is walking around like Kim Kardashian. So getting back to it, I know the Western world allows people to be ultra themselves, like you can be the extreme of yourself. But I went to a country one day when I was having a holiday, and I experienced the other opposite of that, because sometimes we can take things like this for granted. And I went into that country, and basically I'm just sitting back relaxing and this and that, and the people are approaching me and they're saying, listen, there's girls over here, why aren't you talking to them? And I'm like, no, I'm all about girls, man. And where are they? This or that. And they were like, I'll get you some girls. I said, well, no, you don't need to get me some girls. I'm on holiday. I'll do it myself. It's a natural occurrence. I will naturally walk up to these people and talk to them myself. And I thought it was left at that. I don't need you to help me talk to girls. I'll do that myself. It's all good though. Thank you for the offer, brother. Yeah, thank you. And then they were like, they're pulling these kind of weird faces. It's almost like the movie Get Out. And this is again, I'm going to drift off again. Here he goes, drifting off again. He's drifting off again. Right. Sometimes we don't realize sometimes that when we step outside of our own countries, how dangerous it can be in other countries. Especially if you're someone that's naive, impressionable, gullible, because you're around people sometimes and they're kind of like, I was watching a little bit of a video on Facebook where this guy's walking down the road with a camera, an English guy, and I can't remember what country he's in. Like, he's in some sort of Taiwanese country or whatever, and some guy sees him walking down the road, because it's not really a public road that he's walking down. So this guy then kind of sees him with a camera, and suddenly he starts following him, and the guy's like, what? As the guy's filming himself, he's like, this guy's following me from behind. And then the title of the video is what to watch out for when you go abroad. So when I'm in this country, when I'm telling these guys, no, it's cool, man, I'm thinking that's it. But their face expressions are like, what? That kind of thing. So getting back to it now. So let's get back to it. So I don't see girls that often in this particular country that I'm in. I don't see them. If I do see them, they're in large groups, and it's kind of awkward, to go and talk to them and this and that. But I went over there for, when you go on holiday, you do hope that you might meet someone, blah blah blah. So, cut a long story short, I'm kind of laid back. I'm on holiday, and I'm like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. I'm not too fussed about it. I'm not gonna kill myself over it. You know what I mean? I came over here for some girls. If I see them, I see them. If I don't, I don't. Lo and behold, though, the people of the town, and I'm going to be honest with you, because it's not about being fake, it's about being real, so I'm going to be real with you. I don't know whether it was because the way I dressed, I don't know whether it was the way I talked, I don't know if it was my mannerisms or whatever it is, but these people are like, he needs to prove himself. Deep down in their mind, they're thinking, this guy needs to prove himself with a girl, otherwise things are going to run a different way, kind of thing. That's how they're kind of looking at it. So, to cut a long story short, one day I go out there and I decide to buy some of the town drinks, and I invite a whole bunch of these townspeople into an environment where I'm at, and I suddenly get drunk, and a few people there hand me a bit of a smoke, and back then I was like, yeah, sure, let's do this. So I smoked it. And then what happened is I was just out of my face. And then the same guy, just like that movie Get Out, but it's similar to the movie Get Out. The same guy that first approached me, which I talked about, was like, boy, do you want me to help you kind of find some girls over here? All of a sudden, in the corner of my eyes, I'm sitting back, literally hammered out of my face, which again was a lesson. He's drifting off here. A lesson to be learned. Don't go abroad to these other countries and get hammered and get plastered and get paralytic or whatever you want to call it, paralytic, to the point where you can't look after yourself because you're putting yourself in dangerous waters. The same guy that originally came up to me and said, listen, I'll help you to get girls or this or that, suddenly walked up out of nowhere and was like, you see that guy over there, yeah? I think he's a batty man, and he don't want girls, I think he's gay, he doesn't want girls, and I think that I got a problem with a guy. Like, I'm not going to go into the exact words because I don't want to give away what country it is. It could be any country right now because I've been to quite a few. But they were like, to cut a long story short, they were like, you know what? He's not hard on girls as he should be for this kind of country. You should be pulling girls left, right, and centre, and you're not. Therefore, this guy could be gay. And in our country, anyone that resembles that or behaves like that should be dealt with and should be kind of should be, to a certain degree, maybe even killed. That's how this guy was kind of talking. Now remember, I'm hammered out of my face here. Hammered, literally hammered. Paralytic, I can't, you know. But I managed to get through that night. The next day I woke up sober and I was like, you know what? Ross, now I know how it runs over here. That's what I'm trying to say. So, getting back to the whole thing. Let's get back to the whole thing now. Okay? Where does it all tie in? It all ties in because, to a certain degree, I went over to that country. I wasn't knocking on people's doors. I wasn't peeing anyone off. Just sitting back, relaxing, being myself. Some of the people in the town was questioning me, what do you like doing, blah, 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 blah. And basically, because I didn't kind of do what they wanted me to do, all of a sudden I became an enemy and a threat, you know. Which ties into what I was first saying, is that one thing we do have in the UK and America is we have a lot more freedom to be ourselves as opposed to what other countries do. And we should at least be grateful for that. You know, even if there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, prejudice, racism, all kinds of things, that's one thing we should really be grateful of, because sometimes you can go to another country and you realize just how an epitome of that, as we all know, would be a country like China or Korea and all of those kind of places, where I think I saw a video where this Korean girl, she said her parents were killed for something. It was something silly. Don't quote me on it. I think there was two girls. I think there's one girl that says she saw people killed because they played something like Britney Spears music, some sort of American music. I mean, I could find you the clip now if you wanted me to, but she said she saw someone get killed because they played American music and it was forbidden in Korea. Someone got killed over that. So imagine how much liberties or lack of liberties you have if you're in a country like that and you can't even sit down in your house and listen to music you want to listen to. So it's, so in regards to being eccentric, what I want to say now let's get onto the main thing. Now we can drift back into eccentric and being square and this and that. Moral of the story, guys, is I can't say 100% be yourself, because that's the reality of it is, I don't want people to be 100% themselves. You have to learn at certain times what professionalism is. So for example, if you're going to work, you have to learn how to put on that professional version of yourself, which you've heard me talk about in many of my videos now, that at certain times in our lives we need to be professional, and we need to we need to have a professional version of ourselves. Biblical way, if you want to even look at it from a biblical sense, that's like gospel, that's like a commandment, professionalism. Then I would say to people that if you're actually single and you're looking to gain a partner, I'd love to say to you, be yourself, but to a certain degree you can't, because you are judged. I remember, I don't know, I had a really good day. And I was chatting to some girl, and she's like, how you doing? And I was like, I'm great, like that. And she was like, did you just do Tony the Tiger? Because there was this advert where this tiger, cartoon character on British TV, he goes something like, I'm great, or something like that. So I said in the text, I'm great, something like that. She's like, did you just do Tony the Tiger? And I was like, yeah, I did, blah, blah, blah. I was like catching a bit of joke with her. That's it, no reply, that was it. The conversation dead, cut off, done, that was it was over. So I'm trying to say. So what I've learned from my years on this planet is professionalism. If you're single and you're trying to attract a person, it's not always good to be yourself in the beginning. Some will disagree, and you're more than welcome to put stuff in the bottom of the comment section saying as to why you disagree. But me personally, again, I'm speaking from eccentric people's point of view. It's not always good to be yourself. Learn to kind of hold back a little, and then when you maybe are courting the person and the person decides to be in a relationship with you, then you can come out and start doing crazy little things. I like doing my little singing every now and then. Some girls in the beginning, I'm going to a club and I'm singing, they're like, what the hell is this guy for real. Like, is this guy on drugs or something? So me singing is really off-putting. You know, so and then and then I've been in relationships where I can do that, and girls are like, oh, he's a bit nerdy, whatever, or he's a bit kind of, a bit of an eccentric, but he's, I know him, he's a good guy. So I'm trying to say. So, um, B, relationships, and then C is when you can be yourself. So provided it's not professionalism, as in i.e. work, provided you're not single, then yeah, be yourself. If I was in school now, and I was 14, 15 years old, although I didn't need anyone to kind of tell me, listen, Luke, this is what, I didn't need someone to say to me, listen, Luke, um, be yourself, blah, 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 because I was confident in myself anyway. I was a bit of a trendsetter myself. Whereas you had the cool kids in one side of the classroom, I was just a kid that was just himself. I was a kid where, I can't say I was, what's the word, boring. I definitely weren't boring. I was an interesting guy, but I didn't have the latest Nike shirts and this and that, but I was confident in being myself. So yeah, so the last thing I'll say, guys, is just be yourself. Understand that it's almost like a commandment, right, in regards to professionalism. So you have to go to work and be a certain way, okay? That's just life, okay? I would advise you don't have to, but I say if you're single, especially if you've been single for a long time, I don't need to tell someone that already is doing quite well with women that they need to, calm down certain times, because it's working for you. But if you've been single, maybe single for quite a while, then you might need to reassess how you're approaching women, and kind of, am I being too much of myself? Am I not following the rules here? Um, Other than that, um, in a country like the UK and America, be yourself, man. Be yourself. Because I think that when you're trying to follow other people, um, you're taking away a lot from yourself. Like for example, for me to kind of change my videos, um, too much would kind of kill off about 50% of my creative, my natural creativity, my growth. I'd be stunting my growth by me changing too much. Um, yes, you should accept criticism. Yes, you should accept feedback. You should accept those things 100%. But if it's your core, if it's too much of who you are, then you might need to reconsider that. Because life is about being, for example, if it's something that took away my ability to smile a lot of the times, if I was joking around, goofing around, and someone came up and goes, listen, Luke, man, you need to be a lot more serious in your video, man. You're coming across as weak by smiling and doing all this goofy stuff. What you doing? And this little singing stuff. What's all that about? Be more, and all of this kind of nonsense. And I felt it was taking away too much of my kind of aura, or my light, my my glow. If it was taking away too much of what is good, what is positive about me, what I feel, or other people may not see it, but what I feel is attractive, the best thing I have, then I might need to pass on that and say, you know what, I'm going to be myself regardless, and I'll take on board what you're saying, but this is the only way I know I can grow to a certain degree. And I hope people understand what I'm saying anyway, because that, the main purpose of this video is just to say to people, especially people out there are rules to the game when it comes down to being yourself, but be yourself, because you've got one life to live. Life can be taken from you tomorrow, and yeah, you do. Just like this is why I have this site behind me, goodvibesfashion.co.uk, because it's promoting that. It's promoting good vibes. It's promoting good aura, good mojo. It's promoting good spiritual awareness and things like that. That's what the site's promoting. Okay, be your ultimate self. Be happy. Try to be happy. because you know, people are always quick to say be happy and everything else, but it's not always as simple as that. We know that, especially in today's age. You can't just, if I'm sad, I can't just click my fingers and be happy. But we could say try to live a life where you can find happiness. That's the best thing I can say to you. But the main purpose of this video is just be yourself, be confident in yourself, and don't worry about too much criticism from other people, because a lot of the times the people that are criticizing you, they're criticizing you really because they're hating on you. I've had that many times in my past. Like when I look back, and I can't even say I didn't figure it out then. I could see it then. I could see it clearly then. A lot of the times when I was in my past, because I wasn't a part of that clique, because I wouldn't follow the a lot of the groups that were around me, the cool kids, or even, I wouldn't even say the cool kids, I just say the majority, because I didn't follow the majority. I'd sometimes have one or two people coming up hating on me or trying to kind of ridicule me and this and that, maybe in hopes that I would somehow join them, or I could somehow then be manipulated by them. Because sometimes these people, what they're trying to do is they'll bully you into joining them, but when you join them, you become a doormat. You become someone that they kind of take the piss out of and things like that. So this is why I say to people that if they don't have your best interests at heart, just focus on being yourself and learn to love yourself, and people will naturally be attracted to that more than anything. Right, before I blabber on, guys, thank you for watching these videos. I will catch you soon. I haven't come out with content on the other channel yet, but I'm working on that. Stay with me. One love, peace, thank you.